Yeah.
So, with Kobe's passing, it kind of brought up a few questions about business. You know,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
as a business owner, how do I handle a large celebrity's death? Do I even
Mm-hmm.
talk about it?
Yes.
Do I make mention of it on social media?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then makes you also think, what about if we have a death in our business? How does that get
Right.
handled? You know, so I through Monday and I would say Sunday and Monday, I I noticed, a lot of dreariness on social media.
Oh, yes.
You know,
You could tell it hit
yeah,
everybody.
it
It hit
it, it affected.
everybody.
It definitely, Kobe Bryant's death definitely affected everyone.
Right.
You know, regardless if you're a basketball fan or not.
Mm-hmm.
It, so looking at like how it is for your business. I know for me, I wrote a blog about Kobe's death and how it impacts one of the things that I do, which is
Right.
I'm a reseller. So, the first thing that goes in my mind when you hear that someone passed away that's somewhat famous, how can I get some merchandise?
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know, and
Mm-hmm.
then you start to really think about that. Do I really want to profit off of someone's death?
Right.
You
Right.
know, now I'm never, like I wrote in my article, I'm never going to say that I won't ever sell anything that's affiliated with Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
However, right now I'm not seeking that stuff out.
Right.
I'm
Right.
just I'm just not, you know.
Right.
That's not something I'm doing. And actually that's just me. Now other
Right.
people are different, but
Yes.
that's how I'm going to be handling it. So if I happen to go through my liquidations and get something, and of course it's Kobe or Lakers related,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'll if I get it through normal course of action, but I'm not seeking that stuff out. That's
Right.
just how I do it, you know. But like I also think about I I know I've worked at a couple different places, and like we have like key figures passed away
Mm-hmm.
that people would know in the
Yeah.
business if they walked into the store or something like that. Like, oh, where's such and such? Oh, she passed
Mm-hmm.
away. You
Yeah.
know, um, those things can be addressed, especially on
Yeah.
social media. There's a way to address. And actually, the one place I worked at, the lady that was like the receptionist, she passed away suddenly, and
Okay.
I remember the tribute the um, that the bank did to her on
Mm-hmm.
social media. And they were like, everyone remembers her because of her smiling face when you came in. She
Uh,
was the first person that you saw. And then
yeah.
actually they start putting her picture on a lot of the media stuff, so she's
Okay.
on pamphlets and things like that, as we remember her. And actually I think a lot of people really appreciate that.
Yes. I think
you know
people do. It kind of puts it in context for how to deal with it, because some people don't know how to deal with death, particularly if like a owner dies or a key figure in the company dies. They don't know, what should I say, something, should I send something, should I send, what.
right.
And if the business deals with it head on and kind of takes the conversation and sets the tone for it, it helps the customers feel like, oh, we're not just ignoring it, we're not just,
Right.
we're able to participate in their celebration of their life. So
Yes.
yeah, that's a good idea, definitely.
Because death happens every day. So,
That's
and it's something that affects everybody.
mm-hmm.
So, I think if you address it head on and just let everybody know, and just do it. I always remember the tribute that they gave to that lady. I was like, wow. And a
Yeah.
lot of people, like in a standpoint of your customers,
Mm-hmm.
customers buy with emotion.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Okay. Customers buy with emotion. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
express that enough. So
Mm-hmm.
if they feel warm about your company and say, wow, that was such a sweet piece that they did. They'll
Yeah.
never forget that.
Right.
And that actually is better than regular marketing, so to speak.
Yes.
That's authentic.
Hmm.
That, those are things that customers really appreciate,
Yes.
you know, and, you know, it's a tough subject.
Hmm.
It was not one of the subjects that I ever thought we would ever cover on this podcast ever.
But
Uh, However, Kobe Bryant's death got me thinking and
hmm
looking at things and said, wow, okay, this is going to affect every business.
yeah.
How do they talk about that? How do they move around that? Do you have a plan around it? Like,
Yeah.
it
I found myself, because I didn't know, like, when I saw the initial post that came up, I saw it initially on Twitter, and I was like, I didn't know actually if I wanted to retweet it because everybody knew at that point anyway. And then,
mhm.
I didn't know what to do. Like, I did have to think about it for a minute just on, social media. Like, am I educating anybody? Am I just, but it became more than that. I mean, a lot of people put up their memories of Kobe. They put up pictures that they had, if they had pictures with him and stuff like that. So it kind of became a memorial. And I would challenge some businesses to, like, find a way to tap into it, not necessarily from a business perspective, but from the perspective of recognizing his life and his impact. Because there was negative sides to his life as well
Mhm.
that I noticed some people bringing up, and I'm like,
Mhm.
isn't it too soon to, like, go
Yeah,
back
it's
and
a, it's a little too soon for
let's
that.
take a day, maybe
I
a couple of hours,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
so and
Let them
yeah,
be able to take his body from the crash site. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
before we start bringing up, some contradictions here. But, it, like, in one of my other businesses as a life coach, you know, that's part of what, dealing with life and death and purpose and motivation and all that stuff. There are lessons that can be learned, but I feel like I wanted to wait until, after it wasn't so fresh.
yes,
That's what I was like, let me wait a little bit. Let me mourn myself, because I think, I'm sure you went through it. I was drained the next day, and I felt guilty for being drained, because I'm like, I'm not his family and stuff like that, but it hurt. And I was like,
mm,
that Monday, I was like, it was like walking through quicksand during the day. I felt really drained, so
that's when the reality for me, like Monday, hit me. Like, oh, this really happened yesterday.
yes, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
whoa, this really did happen.
Hmm.
And this is someone that probably that brushed past me 20 some years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's like, wow, this really happened yesterday. And I
Hmm.
think it's just because it's unexpected.
Yes.
And the
Yeah, but I,
legacy,
I, I thought it was a joke at first. I was like,
I
this is,
didn't believe it.
yeah, I
I,
was like, this is
I
not.
got this
Yeah.
alert on my phone,
Hmm.
and it said, TMZ is reporting.
Yeah.
And now I will say TMZ does get it right sometimes.
TMZ be on it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they obviously do get it right sometimes, but
Hmm.
I really thought, okay, maybe it was his helicopter, but he
Right.
didn't have to be on it.
Well, that's what I was thinking first. I was like, well, maybe he wasn't on it. Maybe it was just, and then when it was, like, confirmed that he was on, I was like, well, maybe he survived. And I was like, from the get-go, they were like, no, there were
Yes, they were
no
like no
survivors.
survivors.
Yeah.
And then when the sheriff's office did
Yeah.
their press conference and they said how many lives were on the helicopter, that
Yeah.
wasn't being reported
Yes.
because,
Yeah.
because I
And
was
that's
like,
why I was like, who else was on there? Yeah, I remember
exactly.
that.
And so you find out three children lost their life.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, a whole family, three children, the two
Mhm.
parents, another
Yep.
coach, lost
Hmm.
their life along with Kobe's daughter and the
Yeah.
pilot.
Yeah.
So, and and it's a Sikorsky helicopter.
And that's
Once
the other
again, that's another
Coatesville
connection to
connection.
Coatesville.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and we know we see these helicopters when
Yeah.
you're in
All the time.
Coatesville.
Yeah.
And so it was another connection to Coatesville that I was just like, oh my God, this is too eerie for me. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was, but
Yeah.
it definitely brought up, I have to live every day like it's
Mhm.
my last.
Yeah.
So those things that I was afraid that, oh, I don't know if I should do this, I'm just going to do it.
Just gonna do it.
You
Just
know,
do it.
just
Yeah.
do it. Which I've done, but sometimes
Yeah.
I do get reservations about certain things.
Yeah.
Is this going to be perceived well? Oh, do I have to
Mhm.
have this certain look? You
Yeah.
know,
Who cares? Right.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what took me so long to get on video. It took
Yeah.
me so long. I started last year being on video, but I
Yeah.
was actually recording stuff years ago. I just never put it out
Yeah. Yeah.
because I was so concerned with, oh, I don't have on makeup. My hair may not
Yeah.
be done the best. Um, this background doesn't look clean, this, that. And I was
Mhm.
so concerned. And I just kind of got to the point where I said, if I don't do it now,
You'll never
it's
do
never
it.
going to happen.
Yeah.
So, that's that. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
we,
I mean, I'm a firm believer in we all have something to offer. We all have our personal perspective, our skills, talents. We all have something to offer, and we should never let anything hold us back. Because I'm going through the same thing with video. Like I want to do YouTube video. I did. Here you get into my psyche, right? I did one video, and I was like, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it, don't like it. I was just like,
what's
you know what? I'm gonna hold off on the video and I'll just keep podcasting for a while
right.
until I
Well,
feel
what's
comfortable.
really funny,
Yeah.
my worst lighted video
Yeah,
is the most viewed video that I have.
that's hilarious.
Yes.
Like, and you're sitting there cringing while you're watching it, like, like, because like even watching our videos, I have a hard time even watching our videos. Like I'm like,
It's
I'm like, oh my God, close your mouth. Close your mouth.
I understand. I know.
Yeah.
Because look,
Yeah.
I'm the one that edit them and go, what were you thinking?
So
I'll
you know,
look, I'm,
yeah.
I'm editing them. I'm like, wow, you're all teeth today. So that I'm like this on videos, covering my
No,
face just a little bit.
I'm covering
Yes.
my
I'm like, all
banding.
teeth today. Okay, that's what we gonna do. We're gonna make all these weird faces,
Mm-hmm.
talking to myself as I cut and
Yeah.
split, but
Yeah.
you know, we're always our hardest critic.
Oh, definitely.
We are
Definitely.
always our toughest critic.
Yeah.
And I find it funny that like I have this one video that I put out and it's probably my best video when it comes to content
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
I go through the process of how to analyze a liquidation manifest
Okay.
because that's what I do. I buy liquidations and you get the list of
Mm-hmm.
what's possibly in there and I show people the thought process that you
Okay.
have to go through
Mm-hmm.
because some people are just bidding just to win.
Yeah. Yeah. But you
I'm
got
bidding to make
to
money.
have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that it's my most watched. It's actually the company that I'm talking about. When you uh, search for that company, my video comes up as a suggested video.
Ooh. Okay.
Like,
Okay.
and I'm sitting there like, should I change the thumbnail? Because the thumbnail is just my face
You're like,
in bad lighting with mindset of how to bid on whatchamacallit. And I'm
mm-hmm.
like, you know what? I'm leaving it
Yep.
because there's going to be a day when my editing skills or I can pay someone to do all of my editing
Yeah.
to that I can look back and say when someone says to me, but I don't have good lighting, I don't have good that, I can say, let me show you this video.
Mm-hmm.
See how many
Yep.
views it got?
Yep.
Forget that. So, wow,
Yeah.
we really went on a tangent there, didn't
We
we?
did go off on a tangent. Yeah.